3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check safety. 13.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. About 3 yards there to the 27. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Foles. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. John Simon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
See, that's why I like a scrambling quarterback, too. When that heat comes, you can get the fuck up out of there. Nick Foles, slow ass.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Foles. And that is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the
I had
defensive
my
side,
hands on it. I wouldn't have used the card anymore.
They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've got to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 2nd down now, Michel, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And some room to work. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
What's Jalen Ramsey?
And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. They'll run it here. This is James White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Check 4. He's checking. Regular.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
I don't like that run. You be running
They
right
failed
down
once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Brady to throw for it on 4th down.
Boy, this nigga took out running with Tom motherfucking Brady.
They have to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a three-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Second down and goal.
Use alert.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And a big turnover there as
Ronnie Harrison
get the football back. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded. But
I guess you could say I was kind of head.
15th of those
like
guys.
I was kind of playing both of them.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in.
That nigga
but
had
the reason they
really
drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning. And he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington. But they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dante Hightower just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. Got a hand in there to break that one up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Dorsett on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Patriots take over.
No fun.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michelle. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
It's so hard to deal with this goddamn quarterback. I need to touch
the Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 27, Foles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alfred Blue, the man he was looking for. And it's third down.
Timbo, I make that throw every day.
Make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
What in the fuck am I supposed to do?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
That's not good enough. That's not good.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Look at this nigga. Nick,
So
this
it would
nigga
appear
Nick
they will not
Foles
be
2
able to
for
add to their
7,
lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Hell
If another
no.
touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Hey.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Again, it's Michel. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees a short yard.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right. And Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
That one, a gain of 20, and a first down. On first down, Blue. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football.
In trouble here, and down he goes.
Okay, Campbell.
Back at the 8-yard line. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 3, check 3.
Play action. Now it's Brady. And he's out right at the 25.
Wow.
A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On third down, Michelle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
On first down, Brady. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for New England. 52 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Wait, play 20. Watch your slant, watch your slant. Watch your slant. Hey, Alabama. Watch twins. Check. Alpha.
And it's Michelle once again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady.
Oh!
And it's incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Foles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. From the 25 on 2nd down. Foles.
Oh, my.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman.
Do you see this
so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I'd be so mad if I'm in franchise and he do that, bro.
You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
Like,
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best. They're on. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down, but you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there, kick it, put it
trash,
to the post.
You see why I got to get rid of this nigga, man?
They'll bring the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll look to throw. Caught here by Conley. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Brady. He sets to fire deep.
Let's do it.
Pressure there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the
Jalen
football.
Ramsey knocked that motherfucker down. Another nigga caught that bitch. Jalen Ramsey
good
swatted that
concentration
bitch.
by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Hey.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game.
Damn, I threw that damn pick.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter
I ain't even have to know that one,
You gotta be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's going to take a shot for the end. And caught by Thomas for a Patriots touchdown. Demaryius Thomas there to make the grab, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6.
I thought we were going to get that sack. Fuck.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
That one hurt.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
Somebody's going to be tough, boy.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Important extra point up and through, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Yeah, I'm scared to throw that motherfucker now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe than returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. He'll look to throw.
Oh, Lord,
and that one got tipped. Got to throw everything off. It brings up third. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you've described that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you.
He can't make the throws I need him to make.
A lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dante Hightower in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Patrick Chung, got a hand in, knocked it away.
Nick Foles is impaired. Nick Foles is impaired. Like, and I mean some damn trash.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots are close to finishing off this football game. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Brady going to look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Brady. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Now Brady. There goes a deep ball in. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch?
That nigga can't throw, Timbo. You just saw what that nigga, he just trashed the whole damn field
without
up.
Control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.
That nigga threw, I ain't never threw that low, Timbo. That nigga threw 38% with 76 yards. Huh? This nigga just messing me. The Browns just messing me. They said I give you 3 for 1 with a second round pick for Jalen Ramsey. He said he'll give me Jarvis Landry, some nigga named Randall, and a second pick. Who is Randall on the Browns? That couple too be getting niggas killed. Hmm.